Hello, we're back. This is Coding with Randroid. Back. Audio's working. Great. So, yesterday we left off stuck with the navigation on this 2D game here not working, and figured it out, and then I reread the docs and see where I went wrong. So, you'll see it's working. Let me show you right now. Guys coming after me. Room for improvement, like the direction that the enemy's facing does not change, but that's a simple fix, but that's a temporary character anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, you'll see it follows the player, tries to get close. That's as close as I let it get. It could get closer. I could increase that distance if I wanted to. That's all in code. Doesn't do anything when they hit you. There's no actual attack or anything yet. That's all coming later. But that's the pathfinding. So the pathfinding has the destination set to the player's current location, and then every tenth of a second, it hundredth of a second, no, tenth of a second, it will update to look for the new destination, because player could be moving, and so every physics update, it moves towards the direction it thinks is the closest, shortest path to that destination. So that's how it works in practice. How did I set it up? This is cool because it's overlapping, and there's no navigation link. It comes across the other way. If I go this way, you'll see it started walking that way. Let's see. Hey, you, come over here. Come get me. Come get me. Come get me. Anyways, how did I do this? Okay, so the only piece we were missing was this navigation region 2D. So the old guide that we watched on YouTube, and I wouldn't say old docs, I don't know what else we looked at. Oh, ChatGPT. It kept talking about like a navigation 2D, not navigation region 2D, just navigation 2D. That does not exist in Godot 4.2. So that was kind of just made up or old. But yeah, all I had to do is add this polygon here. I'll go ahead and do it again just so you see how easy it was. And there's one, I think I might even be able to do it in code, which is what I want to try next, just to show you guys. But yeah, without that, what was happening, and I would have to put logs back in to show you, but what's happening is it sets the destination, or it knows the destination, that's fine, but it always comes back with the next step that it needs to take, like the next point it needs to go to, as its current location. I didn't really recognize that because it was in global coordinates, and I'm like, look at it, it's got a destination, it knows where to go, it's got coordinates. But as soon as I would translate it to local coordinates, it'd be 0, 0. And so the bug is like right in my face. Basically, it's saying that is where you are. You are already there locally. That's 0, 0 is your coordinates. Because locally would be like if the point was in the middle of the screen, and I'm like, right, the enemy's like right here, maybe then the local would be like X 200, Y 200, whatever, right? It'd be local. It wouldn't be the overall screen size, like 1280 by whatever. And so when it was translating from that global to the local dimensions or coordinates, it would always be 0, 0. And I was just stuck on that yesterday. And once you add the region, that's no longer the case. Oh, I still do have some nodes, some debug here, so you can see the global position. This is how I ended up figuring it out. This was the global position of the player, of the enemy, and then I had another log that would show me the next point that I was trying to go to, and they were identical. So it's like, oh, I was trying to go to where it's already at. Anyways, I went back and read the docs. I was thinking about, oh, it's open source docs. I can go ahead and edit them. But they're actually not that bad if you read them linearly. I was just jumping around too much, I think. But let me just go ahead and show you how to add it back. You can even get fancy with it. Navigation region 2D. And it's got this warning sign because there's no polygon set, I think, or nav mesh, I should say. And so you can just create navigation polygon, new navigation polygon, and then you're in this new, I think, how do you get in the new edit mode? There's a way to get into the new edit mode. Let me see if I'm in it. Oh, I'm already in it. Okay. So you can put down points. So like, for example, it doesn't have to be a rectangle. I could do something like, I don't know, like this. I don't know what this is going to do. We'll see. Might not work. Okay, cool. And then I think I have to, oops. Did that work? Is it gone? I don't think it's saved. All right, I think I had to like bake it. Here we go. Bake navigation polygon. Now I got a path, right? So I'm curious if it's outside the path to start. Does it go in the path? Let's check that out. It does. Cool. Now if I walk way like over here where there was no path, what does it do? It can't follow because there's no path there, right? So hopefully that explanation answers where we got stuck yesterday. Cool. I'll go ahead and revert this back to what it was. Actually, before I add it back, we'll leave no navigation, and you'll see that it doesn't follow me anymore. And then what I want to do is in code, I want to see, I don't know, where did I see this? In the docs or something? I forget, but I have some code in my clipboard that I want to paste in here and show. So go to the scripts. Question is, I don't know if this goes in ready or what. Let's go ahead and put it in ready and see what happens. Not Twitch, that's my Twitch, guys. Subscribe. This guy. So I think this is from the docs. I can show you the docs in a second. But yeah, if you create you can create a new region with region create, and it'll return its ID. And but that region by default is not set on the navigation servers. Navigation server is the thing that's driving like runtime, how to get the next points and stuff. And so how do you set the navigation? Well, you have to use something called the map. So instead of drawing the polygon, you can actually say, make the path the default map. So get the world 2D, get the navigation map, and then region set map, and you pass in the region ID and the map. And that might just be all you need if you want the whole map to be navigable. All right, but I get an error here. Let's see why. I think it's just syntax. Where? What's wrong with this? Line 16, unexpected character. I think I just had a apostrophe in there somehow. All right, so I wonder if that would do the trick. I don't know if you can do that on ready, to be honest. I might still need a polygon. That might not do it then. This is definitely not correct, but let's put it in the physics. I wonder if we can say like if nav agent dot like hasn't started yet or something, is target reachable, is multiple, if navigation server dot agent creates get map get paused. Guess I can say like get map. Let's see, or it probably needs a rid, doesn't it? It does. Never mind, that won't do it. Okay, so maybe it's an extra step in code, but we don't really need it in code because we could just draw the polygon and that suits our needs. Yeah, I was hoping this would also work. Let's see, last chance. Does it work here? No. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the map actually is. I was assuming the map would be like the default viewport or something. I guess I would have to look more into what get map actually does. Direct axis is the world's physics 2D space state used for recording current and potential collisions. Oh no, that's something else. This guy. Get rid of the world's navigation map used by the navigation server. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Regardless, we have a solution that works, so we don't need this. All right, so what else do we want to do? That's basic navigation. We can fix the direction facing if we want. We could look into the background. Another task that I'm supposed to work on is... This is not rolling back. Just gonna stash the changes. Cool. And then say, hey, something changed outside the engine. That's fine. Reload. There we go. Okay. Yes, the other thing that I wanted to work on was making this map larger. So this map is only one screen in a larger game. There is actually going to be, I don't know how many cells, but like imagine a whole top row, like a whole grid of these. And you need to be able to transition between them by walking outside the bounds of the current screen, and then a transition to the next one. Sounds simple enough, but we're going to have like... obviously, you're going to get to the edge of the map and you can't go right, for example. And the transition needs to be kind of gamey. Like in the Game Boy game, it actually loads. We don't want a loading screen, but maybe like a flash or something so that you know you're transitioning. If it's just seamless and just like one giant map, you kind of lose that the appeal of the original game. So let's see if we can create a second screen and then work on navigating to it. So in this case, it's just a texture rec for the background. We're going to change this to like a tile map and all that at some point. But the viewport's going to have to change, right? I guess the viewport is following the character. It might be as simple as creating another rectangle here. We could probably load this as a second scene, but I don't think that's really necessary, to be honest. Might become necessary at some point when we have too many assets. Really, I don't know. We'll find out the limitations of this engine at some point, I'm sure. All right. These are going to look identical, which is confusing. Maybe I should flip it so it looks different. We're just trying to get like some simple MVP, just testing out how we can do different aspects of the game, and one of them is transitioning between screens. All right, how do I rotate? This guy, right? Ooh. Can I hold shift to get 180 exactly? No, but I could probably type it. Where's the transform? Here it is. 180. Oh, still on rotation. Let's do, is this move? Move. Cool. Zoom in here. Is there snapping? I feel like there should be snapping. But there is. I bet one of these is snap. Use snap grid. Ah, magical. Probably should move the original down too. Okay, so this is upside down world, right? This is where everything is upside down. So what happens just now if I just walk down? It's still going to teleport me because I have code that says when you reach the edge of the map, teleport back to the top. So I'm not in upside down world. So we can disable that. That was always going to be temporary anyways. Let's find that. I think it's actually on the player right now. I don't know that it's always going to be on the player, but we could look at that script. Maximize this. All right, so handle screen transition. So it says for now, we'll just wrap. So this is not how we're actually going to do screen transition. We might just need to flash the screen and then everything just works. So for now, let me comment this out. See where that gets us. Why is this not going where I want it to go? There we go. If you haven't seen this yet, this is what our player script does right now. It checks for general input, and movement, updates the position using the velocity, updates animation because we're using like an animation tree. And what else? Animation state and the camera that follows you or gets stuck on the outer edge of the map. Okay, save that, run that. Now let's see what happens when I go down. Stuck. Oh. That, I believe, is because we have code that prevents you from going outside the bounds. So let's look for that. It's probably this update position. Clamp. So it's clamped to the screen size right now. Let's turn that off. Oops. Cool, so he can go off screen, but the camera can't. So what we need is the camera to reposition. Probably shouldn't be centered. Let's do that first, just because that's probably easiest. But I don't think that's actually what we want. I can't jump to where this is used. That's annoying. Like jump to colors. I don't have that. Okay, so we'll add back screen transition, but this time we want to move the camera once they get out of bounds. So let's just do the down for now. So if you're down instead of... so this does move the screen to the top. That's probably actually what we want, but we want to offset by one screen size down. So let's try that. This will be screen... Oh, that's the position though. I want to update the camera. Okay. Actually, we do want the player to go down too, so that's totally fine. We probably just don't need to update the position, right? Like let the player keep walking. But the camera, because this is not doing anything, right? Update camera position, global position, minus screen center. Global position, update camera position, clamp. This is clamped to the screen size now, which we want to do once you've transitioned. We want to clamp to the new screen size. So maybe this needs to be a variable. Why is this only... Oh, this is a vector, right? I'll type on this, but I think it is. Interesting. Why did it do what the old thing? Didn't I comment that out? Oh, this is probably up. Yep, my bad. We want to change down. Transition down. You want to transition up because you're going down. Cool. Camera doesn't move because it's clamped, but you'll see if I remove the clamping, it breaks something else. So doing that. Let's look what that breaks. So the camera's not following me now. So it's broke. Or this is just not updating the camera at all. I guess if you wanted to get rid of the clamping, you would just say global position equals Oh, updated camera position without the clamping here. Right. So the camera doesn't stop when it hits the boundary anymore. So that's a problem. But I think there might be a simple fix here. Let me see. Instead of clamping to the screen size, or negative screen size in this case, we should have this be a variable of the current screen. So this will be var current screen. It's not really size. It's like coordinates, dimensions, location. Okay. So at the start, this is going to equal screen size. So on ready equals screen size. And then when you transition, so like here, we want to offset it. Screen size becomes current screen location, and then you got to shift down. So, but it's probably like plus screen dot y. I wonder if you can add that way. You probably can't. So you probably need to turn this into a new vector. And you'll use the current screen dot x. And this one becomes the y calculation. Vector 2. Okay, and then let's use this here. I don't know why it's a negative. Let's try that. So everything should work the same at first. The question is, does the transition work? Boom, should have transitioned right there. Did not. So let's put a little log there. I need to get rid of this log, by the way. Cool. All right, let's add a little log here. Print screen location. Let's print that guy out. We'll call this updated. All right, and then we'll see. This will be current location. Location. Let's pause it. So current location updated. It's actually printing updated the whole time because this is based off screen size, which is wrong. This should only transition current screen location. All right, so that's all based on current location now, right? All position equals position, sure. Did I miss any? Current location, current location. This guy's already using current location, correct? Screen center. Ooh, what is that? That might also need to change. Yeah, that shouldn't be screen size. It should be this guy. But the problem is, this needs to be set every time the screen transition changes. So, might be a function coming our way where we do that. For now, let's do this. Okay, so now it only called the transition once. That's good. Current location, and then updated. So this actually did change the Y. Interesting. And it went down, which is what I would expect. Okay, so that part looks good. Oh, but this saying old position not equal to position because I didn't change the position. Okay. We don't need this. Let me put it here for now. We're gonna end up changing all these transitions, but I think that might actually be what was missing. Nope. So why is it not updating the camera position? So let's do this. Hey viewer, what's going down? Are you interested in game development? Let's make a little 2D game here. Now we're troubleshooting my screen transitions. Right, so this will be global position of the camera. Sorry, this mouse trackpad sucks for that. Probably need this before and after. And this editor does not let me duplicate lines, so gotta do it by hand. And tabs matter. Spacing matters. All right. We'll say okay, let's find out why this isn't working. All right, so I can't say updated because it didn't exist yet. So I probably need to do global position minus screen center. I guess there is no before the update. There should be a before on the camera. Okay, that makes sense. Here we go. So as we go down, does the camera move? It does not move. So let's pause here. And it looks like it's trying to update the camera every frame. That's expected. Where was the transition? It would have been around the other logs. Didn't pause fast enough. See, the problem is it filters. I don't want to filter. I just want to look. I want to go there. All right. Do you see current screen location in these logs? Let's make this bigger. Could just copy it if this takes too long. Opening a minute editor. Hold on a second. Guess I could do it here. Here it is. So before camera position, global position was -666. Then it didn't change. Oh wait, the Y didn't change. Oh yeah, updated. 3 logs. What am I missing? Updated camera position before. And then camera global. So did it actually move camera global? Doesn't look like it. This one. The camera was moving down this whole time. So 541. And then all of a sudden, updated camera position is 1. So it is updating, but it's updating back to the top, which is not what we want. So why is that happening? Updated camera position, updated camera position. Because it's clamping on current screen size and 0, because the 0 is Y? What? I'm confused. Keep the camera inbound. What is this doing? Updated camera position. Screen center, which should have changed. Global position. Whoa, I broke something. How did I break that? Interesting. Maybe I didn't save before. Maybe this has been broke. Should have autosave. Let's keep going back. Maybe there is an autosave. I should look for it. Maybe it broke when I did this change. Let's see. Okay, this is something else. Did I? Discard the changes. Reload. Reload. Now when I run, it's back. Let's paste this back in. Save. Run. That's fine. So it must have changed something else. Alrighty. So current location. That update? Yeah, so the updated should be here. Okay, so we know the screen location is changing. The current location is changing. Updated camera position. Into here. Updated camera position. It's global position minus screen center. Maybe we need to print the screen center as well. Hello. What's going down? Just working on this issue with the current with the screen transition not working the way I want. All right, so screen center before the change is 960 540. After it's 1080. Okay, so it is moving down the center of the screen. Okay, I know that's fine. What's going on with the camera update? We're saying updated camera position should equal the global position minus the screen center, which we know changed. Global position is player position. Yeah, it's kind of confusing, but it is. Camera global position equals updated camera position on clamp. So now we're trying to clamp this to the current screen location in 0. Okay, so let's give her the clamp again and see where we're at. Well, I lost the background change, but that's fine. But what was up with that jump? Current screen location. I guess we want to see what this is and what this is, and can you even clamp to it? So updated camera position is printed. And current screen location is not printed. Well, it's printed as part of the other one. All right, let's look. So 1920 by 1080. And then what was the updated camera position? 41. So updated camera position is tracking from screen location. And we need to look at the player's global position. Hello, viewer. What is up? All right, let's see what we get here. So it moves the screen. It recalculates the center to this. And then the player global position is below that. That's not the center then. That's not the center. It should be, okay, so that's the problem. The center should be half a screen further. So I might have just did bad math, right? So we're adding, going to the bottom. So Y must be starting out as 0. Yeah, and then we go down one screen. But we actually want to go half a screen. But I thought current screen location would already be centered. That's why I did that. Okay, we must be doing the actual math to center it somewhere else. Oh yeah, we do the divide by 2. Wah wah. Okay. So current screen location should actually be current screen location. Okay, so no, this should be correct for getting the current screen location. Then that screen center should be half of that. Why did that not work? What's going on here? Let's do something great. Let's do like times, I don't know, 4. Hey, did something. Okay. What does that tell us? It jumped to the top. So I might have my directions backwards. It might actually be minus current Y position. So could be, let's try that. Okay, that one didn't do anything. Let's do minus current Y times 4. All right. Can't see where that is on the screen, unfortunately. What if I pause? Can I see where the player is? No, that'd be cool. All right, well, let's add the background back because I lost that earlier. Transform. Where are you? Maybe I could just flip it vertically. That would do it, right? Yeah, cool, nice. And then we need that snap again. Oh, it's already on, great. All right, save that guy. Okay, so it's not going to the right location. We actually have coordinates. We can see where it's going. All right, current screen location. Why did that change twice? Interesting. All right, so current location is, yeah, definitely moved probably up. I think this has got to be up, but let's check. Minus 3,000. So can we see the coordinates in here? If I move this guy? Yes. Let's set its position. Where are you? I still don't see the transform. Am I blind? Layout, don't care. Oh, it's under layout. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, look at it's positive. Oh no, that's X. That's size. Okay. Position 1080. Really? So what if I did minus 1080? That must be the. Okay, so is the default minus 1080? I must just be off, I guess. Okay, so we want 1080. Now if you want, do another one. 3,000-ish. Okay. It should be positive. It should be 1080. I can hard code it to 1080 and see if that actually looks right. And then we can figure out why the math's not coming out correctly. Okay. Where are we? This is the player. I want the enemy. No, sorry, I did it backwards. Okay, so let's just set this to 1080. All right, and then screen location should be half of that. Let's see if that works. Overflow. After screen center 540. Yeah. Not right. Yeah, so this should have moved down. Yep, this is what we want, 1080. Or I guess we want it to be farther if it's the center, right? Center should be 3 times this. There we go. It moved up, which is not what we wanted. Okay. We got some movement. Let's assume this current screen center is correct now. And here, updated camera position should be minus the screen center. What was the screen center at the time that this ran? It's possible these are running like out of order or something. Let's try it. So when it ran, it was 1620, which is correct. And then it updated the camera to minus 536 from, where was it before? It's like it was already around there. Okay, no, actually, camera was getting towards the bottom, 1066, 10. And then all of a sudden it jumps back up to the center of the screen. Why? Why would you do that? Or that's, I guess that's the player's position. Let me see, did the player jump? Does that keep going down? Player 1083. Player, okay, player's still going down. Camera though. Camera global position is 0 as it's in the center. Does it ever change? Is it always 0? Starts out as 0. Does it change? No, sorry, it's 0 when it's locked. It should start out different. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so camera is going negative. I guess it's going from negative 1080 to 0. Okay. And then once it gets to 0, it stops because it's clamped to the current screen. And the current screen is 540. Okay, and then we should see this 540 change. 540 should stop. Screen center 540. No, updated screen center. Screen center 1620 after. And 1620 now. So definitely moved. So if the screen center is correct, the player position is moving still. Camera position should be, let's see, so camera position is 0 when it's locked, and all of a sudden it jumps to 536. It's actually correct, I think, right? Because no, this should be positive. Yeah, that's wrong. Why is it going negative? So global position is going negative. I probably just messed that up because of this. Lamp the current screen minus screen center. Global position minus screen center. Was that what it was before? Try plus, but I don't think that's. Yeah, now it's all off. Weird. So even without the clamping, yes, so without the clamping, it jumps to the wrong position. So let's figure that out. To the wrong position. This should be. Current screen location equals this guy. No, that's wrong. Let's see it. Jump to the very bottom. Oh. Okay, that wasn't actually that wrong. What the heck? This should be negative? Oh, I'm so confused now. That's right. Well, that's the center of the bottom screen, which. Oh, no, it's not. It's at the top. Okay, so if that's correct, why is the player no longer shown? Player position needs to not get updated. Let's see, player position is getting set. I got rid of that. Let's just take this down a little. Let's try 0. Okay, so 0. That's what we want. Okay, that's basically what we wanted. It's off a little bit. Let's fix the clamping as well. I guess the position should just be should jump a little. So this would equal current position plus like plus or minus because you're going down. I guess it's minus 100. I don't know. It needs to be it's probably the size of layer. So size.y. Size is not a thing. Transform dot transform 2D. Transform dot y. Self dot. First, let's just do 100 hard code. We'll come back to that. Ooh, glitchy. Must be negative. Keeps triggering the transition, so. Ooh, that's cool. It's probably still in that location. Current screen location .y, which just got updated. I should jump back up. Something's weird there. Oh, is it because this thing's calling twice? Don't need this one anymore. This is definitely not correct. Oh, that's that's at the top of the screen. That's not correct. And it's probably doing one of these. We really should just get rid of all these. Now, at least. Yeah, let's jump to the top. Okay, well, let's say plus 100. That makes sense, right? Because it was once the current screen transitions, then it thinks you're at the top. So it needs to transition up. Now, though, I don't know why it would keep transitioning down. That doesn't seem right. Oh, is it because it's saying if position Y is greater than or equal to current screen location dot Y. We changed that. Should only do it once, but obviously it's doing it. It's just triggering this over and over again. Question is why. Saying target node closing. Don't care about that. Where's that coming from? Yeah, so before it's 1080, after it's 1580, after it's 2080, it just keeps moving it down by 500 because it thinks basically this thing. It doesn't make sense because this should only apply once. So this becomes true. Yeah, it's always true, but why? Current screen location is what I meant to print. Let's see. What is going on? All right, so the first time, obviously, it is true because it went to the bottom of the screen. You're ready to transition. And then it should change the Y position, right? And now, ooh, okay. So now it's saying, is the current position, is the Y below the current position? So this is 0 now. Of course, the Y is below 0. Question is, why is this 0? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's that something to do with how we're on Sigma out here? Oh, cool. It does actually show me where the player is. I didn't think it did that. Or no, what am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking at enemy. That's why. Okay. It's because this is in the negative space, right? If we move this guy, move it. It's negative. Zero should be somewhere around here. This is the zero position. But we are starting negative. Okay. And then we set the current location. I don't know why this would think this is zero. This is not zero, but let's see. Oh, it is zero. Why is that zero? Okay. So yeah, it's getting, but why would it be getting higher, 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 and then all of a sudden lower? That doesn't make sense. That I don't understand. So current screen location 1080, and then zero, and then it's going to be negative 1080. So it's going down in Y. Is that true? Is this negative? This is positive, so I don't know where that's coming from. Why is that backwards? Was 1586? Yeah, it's definitely going up. Why did this become zero? This shouldn't be zero. Current screen location should be 15 something. No, because this is zero. It is zero. But then it becomes 1080. Okay, so this one shouldn't be. Oh, these are local coordinates, aren't they? Dang it. There's the zero. This is not zero. This is 1080. Okay, this is 1080-ish, right? More than 1080, but whatever. 1080-ish. Okay. Show me global coordinates when I drag. How do I do that? I guess I can see here. So yeah, position is 1064. Okay. Great, so that's 1064. Then why does it think the current screen location is zero? That's just wrong. But it fixed the camera math. Okay, so we did that because the camera was all wonky. But now that's clearly wrong. It shouldn't be zero. It should be 1060 or 1080 or whatever. So let's set that back. So it's not minus. It is plus. I don't know why this is not correct. This is what we had originally. Okay. That actually is working. Maybe it's because it was triggering multiple times. So this doesn't need to be 500. It needs to be the height of the player or half the height of the player. Let's go with 50. No, that's the camera was wrong. So the camera should have been moved here. Let's see if the player's at least correct now. So yeah, maybe the player should just go down even more. I think it's just barely touching. So 150. And this going up should not actually transition. Yeah. Because I don't have anything setting the current screen location again. And it's not going to go down again either. Okay, so we're close. Now the camera's just not coming down far enough. Okay, let's just put a note here. So let's figure out why this isn't working. So the way this is supposed to work is when you get to an edge, it's supposed to clamp. So you can't ever move the camera like outside the screen. There's always focused. But now we got rid of the clamp, so it will keep going down naturally. We also changed the screen center. And the reason we changed the screen center is because we want the camera to be closer to the player. This is coming out wrong somehow. Why did we do player position minus screen center? What was the point of that? Is the camera's center aligned instead of top left? Is that why? Let's get rid of that for a second. I'm curious. If we just say camera set to the current position, what does that do? So yeah, it's at the top. We want the player to be in the center. That's why we did that. But let's change this. Okay, so this now is correct, right? Like, it's consistent at least. It doesn't matter that the center of the screen has changed. It is locked on the player. Now, if I add this back to center it, it's good, but then when I change the screen center, it jumps up to the top. So that's implying the screen center is wrong. Or it's because it's not clamped. Now it should be clamped to the new screen center. Because we want it to shift down because the player's too high to the top. That's, I think, okay, let's try it. It's stuck here. This should have changed. Why is this stuck? The screen location is current screen location has changed, and the clamp should change too. Let's see what this clamp actually. Oh, it doesn't say. Can't go to it. That's weird. Trying to get to the docs for this. Search help. There it is. Returns a new vector with all components clamped between the components of min and max. So the min is screen location, the max. Max is 0. I don't think that's correct. Why was the max 0? Shouldn't the max be negative? I think that's it. Let's change that. Oh, this is negative. This should be positive. I think it just worked before because the 0 was correct for the first one. Okay, what happened there? It's not clamping. It's not clamping anymore, but it did transition again, is why. Okay, something interesting about that clamp. Wasn't quite right. Why is 0? Maybe it's half. Maybe it's this divided by 2, which is the screen center. Because 0 is actually the center of the screen on the first section. So okay, not right. Maybe it's because it's already outside. I can't clamp it. No, that wouldn't make sense. Global position minus closer. That's correct. Something odd here. All right, well, I'm going a bit in circles, so I think I'm going to take a break and come at it from another direction later. We'll see. Bye.